Has said he will not hold the debt ceiling hostage. He will not hold the American people hostage by the debt ceiling. Do you support the speaker on that? And do you feel like there's any way this gets done before October 17th and we're back in business and there's no delay on that debt ceiling vote?
I support two things. The administration being treated like Congress and the rest of America, and I also support raising the debt limit as long as we have reforms to the way our government operates. Because, Greg, one of my concerns is people need some help from government. And you know, look at the food stamp program. Look at some of the health coverage that people get. Look at our seniors with Medicare. If your government fails, if you have a debt crisis, the first people who are hurt are the people who rely on their government. So we have to make sure it's sustainable. And with a $17 trillion debt and the fact that you're borrowing $1 trillion every year, we will have a debt crisis at one point, and the most vulnerable among us will be hurt the worst. I don't want to see that happen. I want to make sure, again, sustainability in government has to be our objective, and right now it's not sustainable. So I'll support an increase with sufficient reforms.
So assuming that the president is not going to back down, he's not going to do what you're asking where the Affordable Care Act is concerned, is there anything else he can do where the Affordable Care Act is just taken out of the equation? Are there certain concessions you'd like to see him make other than that where you would agree to reopen the government?
But Greg, I think any of your viewers listen to that and they go, the president is not going to negotiate. He's not going to come to the table.
But hasn't that been clear? Hasn't that been clear at this point that he won't negotiate on this? So I'm saying in
how does that work?
Realistic terms,
but Greg,
what will you give up?
But so how does it work then if the president goes, I won't negotiate, and how about if House Republicans in divided government say we won't negotiate? What do you have? I mean, you have gridlock. Everyone has to talk. Everyone has to come to the table. And again, we're not asking for a defund. We're not asking for a wholesale delay.
But I'm just speaking of what is reality and what is fantasy. And I think fantasy is thinking that the president will back down on this.
Listen, when the American people understand, when they watch the news, they watch your program, that the president doesn't want the administration, his team, to be in Obamacare. He wants a separate health care program for them funded by the taxpayer. They don't like that. They go, well, that's reasonable. Of course the president should join us. I would have loved to have seen a picture of Michelle Obama signing up for Obamacare on October 1st, or Jay Carney signing up for Obamacare. I'm not going to, listen, I can't accept the premise that we don't talk to each other. We have to talk to each other. That's the way government works. And if one guy digs his heels and says, I think this is great politics for me and I'm not going to talk to the other side, that's untenable. That's unreasonable. You can never then go, well, the one guy says he won't move, so I'm going to call and say, how far will you move to his position? I mean, that's not the way this works.
But you would agree that the Affordable Care Act...
Both sides have to move.
The Affordable Care Act was never meant to be something for people who had insurance to necessarily go off that insurance and be forced to and then take insurance through the Affordable Care Act, right? I mean, it was meant to be there for people who don't have insurance, correct? I mean, that's basically what the law was developed as.
That's not what's happening. I mean, you're seeing healthcare premiums increase, and you're seeing announcements of businesses starting to push their employees into these exchanges. They were told they could keep their health insurance. They're not able to keep it. They were told their prices of health insurance would go down. They've gone up incredibly high amounts. So the promises that were made aren't actually being kept. And listen, again, there's a lot of disagreements that I have with this health care reform bill. I've made that very clear. But I haven't stuck my knife into that fight here in Washington. All we've said is equal treatment for everybody under the law. That is fair. And the president should be in Obamacare. And individuals, just because they don't have big money, shouldn't get the same exemption that the big lobbyists for big businesses got. It's fair. Listen, the president won. Greg, he won under this deal. Obamacare's open. The subsidies are there. He won. All we're saying is, no, don't tax the individual. Give them the same break the big business got.
Bottom line it for me, Congressman, how much longer do you think this shutdown goes on for, and do we see any signs that it'll end in the coming week?
Well, I've had a position that I would vote for a short-term, clean funding mechanism that would open the government up as we negotiate this. But I don't think that's going to happen. What I think we can do is try to get the CR resolved, which is the funding fight we're having right now, in addition to getting the debt limit dealt with as well. Greg, one other point. We've passed a bill that would open up our monuments. The Democrats voted that down. We voted for NIH funding. The president and Democrats have voted that down.
Those were all contingent on
our
the
veterans.
Obamacare concessions, though, correct? All of those votes?
No. Nope. This all have been happening these weeks. So we said, let's, because in Congress, we'll vote for funding bills individually. There's not always one big package. So we're voting to find points of agreement to say, let's open up the monuments. Let's fund our VA. Let's fund our National Guard. Let's fund the NIH. We're passing these bills, and the Democrats in the House are saying, no, we're not going to fund those. We want to keep the government shut down.
Well, they're saying let's fund an entire budget.
Areas.
That's what they're saying. In reality, they're saying let's fund an entire budget.
They are, but sometimes you know that we might have some larger disagreements, but we can find points that we do agree on. So why don't we move the issues that we agree on and start releasing some money to go into some much-needed parts of government? Everyone should be able to agree to that, but it goes back to the point that was recently made by the administration, which is we're winning. We don't care how long this shutdown goes. This is not about winning and losing. This is about what's doing right for the American people and funding our monuments when World War II veterans come to Washington, D.C. to an open-air World War II museum, and it's chained off, and there's no staff at this place, just to make a political point. The Lincoln Memorial has never been closed in our history.
I think
They've closed down the Lincoln Memorial to make political
congressional
points.
Republicans are making the political point with the World War II Memorial. Congressman, I'm out of time. I appreciate you joining me.
Greg, come on.
I appreciate you joining me, and I hope, I think for everybody's sake, we hope this gets settled soon.
I am with you there. Let's get this thing open.
All right. Congressman Sean Duffy joining me from Washington, D.C.